a.m. the baby's crying, the turkey's still a rock. I've burned the first batch of the rolls, I've lost another sock. The in-laws will be here at 12, the tree list has a lean. And in the middle of the mess, I stop and stand between the dishwasher's low rumble and the oven's angry beep. And in my soul a secret silent vigil that I keep. I'm humming, oh come, Emmanuel, under my breath, a liturgy of laundry, a prayer of life and death, not in a silent night, but in this beautifully stressed fray. You are my very present help in this most hectic day. The Word became flesh and moved right into this neighborhood, into the misunderstood, the trying to do good. Emmanuel in dishpan hands and to-do lists that scroll. God with us in the mess, making chaos whole. I see you in my toddlers all at one lone spinning light, in Grandma's weathered hand on mine that says the tree's just right. I hear you in the laughter when the gravy hits the floor, and I forgive you spoken after slamming the back door. You're not just in the steeple, you are in the spilled perfume, the sacred in the scramble, making clutter into room. So let the heavens roar their glory, let the angel army sing. My worship is this offered chaos, every ordinary thing, this hectic holy offering of my imperfect feast is where I meet the Prince of Peace, to say you are the least expected, most essential guest at this table that I've set, the one who hasn't cleaned up yet, but hasn't given up yet. He didn't come for the picture perfect, he came for the real, the burnt cookies, the tired eyes, the stretched budget, the mended arguments. His first bed was borrowed, his first visitors were strangers. He gets it, this is the Christmas scene, you're living it, he's in it. God with us in the crazy, in the tired, in the hazy, making this mess a holy place full of your grace. It's 5 a.m., the baby's crying, turkey's still a rock. I've burned the first batch of the rolls, I've lost another sock. The in-laws will be here at 12. The tree list has a lean, and in the middle of the mess, I stop and stand between the dishwasher's low rumble and the oven's angry beep. And in my soul, a secret, silent vigil that I keep. I'm humming, oh come, Emmanuel, under my breath. A liturgy of laundry, a prayer of life and death. Not in a silent night, but in this beautifully stressed fray. You are my very present help in this most hectic day. The word became flesh and moved right into this neighborhood, into the misunderstood, the trying to do good. Emmanuel, in dishpan hands and to-do lists that scroll. God with us in the mess, making chaos whole. I see you in my toddlers all at one lone spinning light, in grandma's weathered hand on mine that says the tree's just right. I hear you in the laughter when the gravy hits the floor, and I forgive you spoken after slamming the back door. You're not just in the steeple, you are in the spilled perfume, the sacred in the scramble, making clutter into room. So let the heavens roar their glory, let the angel army sing. My worship is this offered chaos, every ordinary thing. This hectic holy offering of my imperfect feast is where I meet the Prince of Peace, to say you are the least expected, most essential guest at this table that I've set. The one who hasn't cleaned up yet, but hasn't given up yet. He didn't come for the picture perfect, he came for the real. The burnt cookies, the tired eyes, the stretched budget, the mended arguments. His first bed was borrowed, his first visitors were strangers. He gets it, this is the Christmas scene, you're living it, he's in it. bit of tinsel's in the trash, the needles from the tree, a silent, sticky testament to what used to be. The guests have all gone home again, the quiet is so deep, and all the joy I stored up feels like promises to keep, that I'm too tired to remember in the gray of January, when the world moves on so quickly from the temporary glee. The glow has left the streetlights and the chill is back again, and I am left here wondering what was the purpose then. But Emmanuel means God with us on this, the 26th, in the emptiness and quiet in the post-holiday mix, not just for the celebration, but for the coming down, for the ordinary Tuesday in this undecorated town. The Word became flesh and dwelt here, made his home right in the strain. So Christmas isn't over, it's a fact that will remain after the carols fade, after the lights are put away. You are the everlasting, the God of every day. So I'll pack up hope with ornaments, not as a thing that's past, but as a seed I'm planting in a new year that is vast. The peace the angels promised isn't tied to any season. It's the root that grows in secret, it's the underlying reason for getting up on mornings when no carols fill the air. Just the simple, strong conviction that you were always there. In the vacuum, steady whirring, in the making of the bed, in the daily quiet choosing of the living, not the dead. The stable wasn't cleaned up after Joseph and Mary left. The straw was still a mess of normal living, it was bereft. But glory had been there, and glory never really goes. It settles in the aftermath, that in the stillness grows. So in this after Christmas, in the ordinary plain, I will look for you and find you, and I'll say it once again. The miracle wasn't just the birth, it was the staying, the growing up, the living here. Emmanuel. So when the celebration ends, the relationship does not, it deepens. It becomes the ground you walk on, the air you breathe. In the new year, he is still here. After the fade, after the night, you are the morning. bit of tinsel's in the trash, the needles from the tree, a silent, sticky testament to what used to be. The guests have all gone home again, the quiet is so deep, and all the joy I stored up feels like promises to keep, that I'm too tired to remember in the gray of January, when the world moves on so quickly from the temporary glee. The glow has left the streetlights and the chill is back again, and I am left here wondering what was the purpose then. But Emmanuel means God with us on this, the 26th, in the emptiness and quiet in the post-holiday mix, not just for the celebration, but for the coming down, for the ordinary Tuesday in this undecorated town. The Word became flesh and dwelt here, made his home right in the strain. So Christmas isn't over, it's a fact that will remain after the carols fade, after the lights are put away. You are the everlasting, the God of every day. So I'll pack up hope with ornaments, not as a thing that's past, but as a seed I'm planting in a new year that is vast. The peace the angels promised isn't tied to any season. It's the root that grows in secret, it's the underlying reason for getting up on mornings when no carols fill the air. Just the simple, strong conviction that you were always there. In the vacuum, steady whirring, in the making of the bed, in the daily quiet choosing of the living, not the dead. The stable wasn't cleaned up after Joseph and Mary left. The straw was still a mess of normal living, it was bereft. But glory had been there, and glory never really goes. It settles in the aftermath, that in the stillness grows. So in this after Christmas, in the ordinary plain, I will look for you and find you, and I'll say it once again. The miracle wasn't just the birth, it was the staying, the growing up, the living here. Emmanuel. So when the celebration ends, the relationship does not, it deepens. It becomes the ground you walk on, the air you breathe. In the new year, he is still here. After the fade, after the night, you are the morning, you are the light. through perfect families, by their perfect twinkling trees, their matching pajamas moving with such beautiful skilled ease. I compared my chipped mugs to their china, my stress to their peace, and I felt the Christmas spirit in my weary heart decrease. For my love doesn't look like velvet ribbons tied with a perfect bow. It's messy, it's exhausted, it's a I don't really know how we'll make it work commitment, a faith that's holding on to the promise that the light remains when all the shine is gone. 'Cause you didn't come in glitter, you came in human skin and wrapped in swaddling, not in shine. Let the realness now begin. Your first cry was in a feed trough where the animals eat, a declaration to the world that holiness is not neat. So my messy, tired offering, my love that's worn and true, is the perfect real life canvas for your grace to shine right through. Emmanuel, not for the perfect, but for those who've come undone, the Savior of the real ones, God's most beloved Son. So I'll put up my lopsided wreath, I'll serve the slightly dry pie, I'll look into my loved one's eyes and choose not to ask why. It doesn't look like what they sell, I'll hold a trembling hand and build a stable in this moment that only you understand. For the kingdom's built on kindness, not on curated displays, on showing up with what you have through all the hectic days. The gift of God is not a product, not a brand new flawless thing. It's a vulnerable breathing baby, hope that makes the angels sing. For the weary and the waiting, for the real and for the raw, for the ones who know the struggle is the working of the law. The love that never leaves us, that gets down in the grind, that makes a blessed Christmas out of ordinary time. They're selling a fantasy, he offered reality, flesh need dependency, love that gets its hands dirty. Your real Christmas, the one with tensions, with memories, with imperfect gifts and flawed people, that's the stable he was born in, and that's where he feels most at home. Wrapped in realness, not in power, in the truth that everyone knows but barely dares to breathe. This is the offering. Scroll through perfect families by their perfect twinkling trees, their matching pajamas moving with such beautiful skilled ease. I compared my chipped mugs to their china, my stress to their peace, and I felt the Christmas spirit in my weary heart decrease. For my love doesn't look like velvet ribbons tied with a perfect bow. It's messy, it's exhausted, it's a I don't really know how we'll make it work. Commitment, a faith that's holding on to the promise that the light remains when all the shine is gone. His air didn't come in glitter, you came in human skin, wrapped in swaddling, not in shine. Let the realness now begin. Your first cry was in a feed trough where the animals eat, a declaration to the world that holiness is not need. So my messy, tired offering, my love that's worn and true, is the perfect real life canvas for your grace to shine right through. Emmanuel, not for the perfect, but for those who've come undone, the Savior of the real ones, God's most beloved Son. So I'll put up my lopsided wreath, I'll serve the slightly dry pie, I'll look into my loved one's eyes and choose not to ask why. It doesn't look like what they sell. I'll hold a trembling hand and build a stable in this moment that only you understand. For the kingdom's built on kindness, not on curated displays, on showing up with what you have through all the hectic days. The gift of God is not a product, not a brand new flawless thing. It's a vulnerable, breathing baby hope that makes the angels sing. For the weary and the waiting, for the real and for the raw, for the ones who know the struggle is the working of the law, of love that never leaves us, that gets down in the grind, that makes a blessed Christmas out of ordinary time. They're selling a fantasy, he offered reality, flesh need dependency, love that gets its hands dirty. Your real Christmas, the one with tensions, with memories, you've imperfect gifts and flawed people. That's the stable he was born into. That's where he feels most at home. Wrapped in realness, not in bows, in the truth that every but barely dares to bring. This is the offering.
Another silent, starstruck night out on the lonely hill. The same old smell of sheep and dirt, the same old winter chill. Another shift of guarding flocks from shadows and from thieves, while Bethlehem sleeps cozy, tucked in underneath its eaves. My life is just a holding pattern, waiting for the dawn, repeating yesterday's old chores, my purpose almost gone. What glory is there in this field? What purpose in the bite of wind that offers nothing new, just the same old endless night? But glory doesn't wait for kings and palaces of stone. It cracks the sky for those who feel forgotten and alone. The angels didn't search for halls of learning or of power. They brought heaven's declaration to this mundane hour. Shepherd on the night shift, in the ordinary grind, to the restless soul just watching with no promise left to find. The sign is for the searching, and the news is for the poor, that God is crashing into every nothing anymore. So maybe this my wilderness, this field of my routine, is just the barren open space where heaven can be seen. My boredom is the altar, my loneliness the space where God requires no audience, just one upturned face. Not looking at the city lights, but at the black vast sky, and whispering a hopeless prayer as time goes lumbering by. And in that breath the sky tore open with a holy blaze, and all my quiet small despair was set in brilliant phase. The glory was the answer to the ache I couldn't name, the announcement that my story wasn't ordinary, wasn't tame. God treasures the night shift workers, the ones who stand apart, to be the first to hear the cry that mends the broken heart. You feel like you're just keeping watch over someone else's dreams, marking time, doing the work no one sees. Look up, the announcement is for you. The glory is for for the fields, not just the temples. Your night shift is the holy ground. The glory came, to the field, to the watcher, the shield, my night, his light, my ordinary, his holy sight. Another silent, starstruck night out on the lonely hill. The same old smell of sheep and dirt, the same old winter chill. Another shift of guarding flocks from shadows and from thieves, while Bethlehem sleeps cozy, tucked in underneath its eaves. My life is just a holding pattern, waiting for the dawn, repeating yesterday's old chores, my purpose almost gone. What glory is there in this field? What purpose in the bite of wind that offers nothing new, just the same old endless night? But glory doesn't wait for kings in palaces of stone. It cracks the sky for those who feel forgotten and alone. The angels didn't search for halls of learning or of power. They brought heaven's declaration to this mundane hour, to the shepherd on the night shift, in the ordinary grind, to the restless soul just watching with no promise left to find. The sign is for the searching, and the news is for the poor, that God is crashing into every nothing anymore. So maybe this my wilderness, this field of my routine, is just the barren open space where heaven can be seen. My boredom is the altar, my loneliness the
where God requires no audience, just one upturned face. Not looking at the city lights, but at the black vast sky, and whispering a hopeless prayer as time goes lumbering by. And in that breath, the sky tore open with a holy blaze, and all my quiet small despair was set in brilliant phase. The glory was the answer to the ache I couldn't name, the announcement that my story wasn't ordinary, wasn't tame. God chooses the night shift workers, the ones who stand apart, to be the first to hear the cry that mends old broken heart. You feel like you're just keeping watch over someone else's dreams, marking time, doing the work no one sees. Look up, the announcement is for you. The glory is for the fields, not just the temples. Your night shift is the holy ground. The glory came to the field, to the watcher, the shield. My night is light, my ordinary is holy sight.
The storefront scream of silver bells and perfect package cheer, while I'm just counting down the hours till this heavy, lonely year finally turns its final page. I fake another smile and walk another crowded street alone, another mile. The tinsel's just a highlight on the worries that I bear, a glittering distraction from the weight of my own care. But what if your arrival isn't for the world that's doing fine? What if Christmas is the signal that the breakthrough's also mine? What if angel songs were sung for hearts too weary to sing back? What if hope slipped into my world through everything I lack? birthday, but it feels like my chance to begin. A promise whispered in the dark that you are coming in. So I'll receive the gift of maybe wrap it up in fragile trust and place it in the empty space where bitterness had crushed. I'll light a single stubborn candle against the doubt in the dark and mark this as the moment where you left your heavenly mark. Not on a palace, but a stable, on a place of lack and mess, to show me your grand entrance loves my humble brokenness. The wise men brought their finest gifts, a treasure train of gold. The only gift I have tonight is this bare, trembling hold on just the hem of your promise as the carols float on air. The quiet while believing that you're finding me right here. They call it your birthday, but you give the gifts, you give the presents, you give the new start, you give your very self to the empty, to the waiting, to the ones who have nothing to offer but their need. Happy birthday, Jesus, my gift is this open heart. Your birthday, my beginning. You're coming, my winning. Happy birthday to me because of you. The storefront scream of silver bells and perfect packaged cheer, while I'm just counting down the hours till this heavy, lonely year finally turns its final page. I fake another smile and walk another crowded street, alone another mile. The tinsel's just a highlight on the worries that I bear, a glittering distraction from the weight of my own care. But what if your arrival isn't for the world that's doing fine? What if Christmas is the signal that the breakthrough's also mine? What if angel songs were sung for hearts too weary to sing back? What if hope slipped into my world through everything I lack? This is your birthday, but it feels like my chance to begin. promise whispered in the dark that you are coming in. So I'll receive the gift of maybe, wrap it up in fragile trust, and place it in the empty space where bitterness had crust. I'll light a single stubborn candle against the doubt in the dark, and mark this as the moment where you left your heavenly mark. Not on a palace, but a stable, on a place of lack and mess, to show me your grand entrance loves my humble brokenness. The wise men brought their finest gifts, a treasure train of gold. The only gift I have tonight is this bare trembling hold on just the hem of your promise as the carols float on air. The quiet while believing that you're finding me right here. They call it your birthday, but you give the gifts, you give the presents, you give the new start. You give your very self to the empty, to the waiting, to the ones who have nothing to offer but their need. Happy birthday, Jesus. My gift is this open heart. Your birthday, my beginning. You're coming, my winning. Happy birthday to me because of you.